Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome back. Replicon Radio in the motherfucking house. My name's Ricky P. Back doing another little dope segment here, side interview, if you will. I feel like this is going to be an important one, man. This is going to be one of the ones that people go back to, if you will. Before we get into that, definitely remember Replicon Radio live every Monday. RepliconRadio.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where all the stuff's popping off. YouTube.com/RepliconRadio. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Replicon_radio. So without further ado, like I said, I think this is going to be one of those ones where people come back and they're like, oh man, she was on that show like 2 years ago or whatever. But anyway, give it up for Miss CJ Hicks. How you doing?
Hey guys, what's up?
Just chilling. Excited to talk to you and get to know you.
Oh yeah, man, same.
I definitely appreciate you taking the time to call in and hang out with me, and all of us here at Replicon Radio. I did a little intro and I was like, I feel like this is gonna be one of those ones where people are gonna come back to and be like, no way, like this CJ Hicks was on Replicon, like. That's crazy. She's like
one of them ones.
That's right. It's gonna be one of them ones. So I want people to get to know, you. Obviously, I want to get to know you as well. Just for everyone out there that's like, why are we talking to this person? Who is she? Why? So as of right now, I want to go back, but before we go back, I want to go to current. So currently, right now, you have a single out, and you've been featured on the first two EPs from Krizz Calico from Strange Music that came out so far in, I guess, 2020 and right at the end of 2019.
Yes.
And you're you're a singer and a rapper?
I guess I'm a rapper now. I generally am a singer and songwriter, but I guess if you hang out with rappers long enough, then it just starts flowing out of you.
Well, all drunk white girls are rappers, I think, right?
I guess so, right? But no, I mean, I wouldn't typically call myself a rapper. It's kind of more or less a character that I'm playing, but shit, I might do it now might do it more often now that it was so fun. And, but no, I was featured on that You song on the last album that he dropped in 2019. And then, like, the response on that was amazing, and it pretty much was the exact opposite of Drunk White Girls. Like, it went from the beautiful You with the strings and talking about how, the fan saved his life, and then it goes from that to fucking Drunk White Girls.
That's awesome, though. It's a for anyone paying attention, I think it's a great introduction because, like you said, you're getting multiple sides before you're even here. So that's I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm really happy that, like, the humor aspect got incorporated into Drunk White Girls a lot because I think humor is a big part of what I do and just how I live my life. Like, I care about comedy as much as I care about music, honestly. Like, laughing saved my life as much as fucking music did, and I love that we got to incorporate that in Drunk White Girls. Like, we could not stop laughing when we were recording that. I mean, we were crying laughing. It took like an hour and a half to record that.
That's awesome. Yeah, it definitely comes through on the track. And even when Krizz was doing the promos and he had his wife slapping him and all this shit was hilarious. So like it was definitely set up to be a good time before it even came out, and that's awesome that you're a part of it.
Yeah.
So I guess let's go back to you. So before what's happening now, which is how I saw who you were. Who are you? Where did you come from? How did you know what I mean? Like, who was CJ Hicks? Were you aspiring to be a singer? Was that how they may have stumbled upon you? Like, how did you get started in music in general, even just as a fan or growing up? Like, where did it all kind of get started for you?
Yeah, so I have always wanted to be a singer. I've always known that this is what I wanted to do. I'm very lucky that I've always known that. And I will say my number one reason growing up was my father instilled that in me. We were just singing around the house all day, grew up in church choir, and pretty much my dad inspired me to be that singer that I am now. He's like, that I could take it somewhere further. And then I kind of started in church choir and then school choir, and then eventually I started getting kind of more serious in like 2011 after I graduated high school. And I just started telling people about it, kind of still half-assing it, but kind of still doing features here and there. And then about 2 years ago, I started becoming super serious, and I met an awesome producer in Black, and we got to work on an album. And it comes out very soon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, it definitely is a life journey and a life goal that has never been an option to do anything else for me.
That's awesome. So you were in church and school and you were singing, but it wasn't. But I mean, what were you? You weren't set out like. I mean, obviously you wanted to be a singer, but like you said, you didn't start taking it serious until later. Was there like a? Was there like a particular style, or it was just something you just sang the music you heard on the radio in the car? It was just kind of something you did because you enjoyed it. Like, what was it that inspired you? I guess.
So I would say the first inspiration would be Motown, listening to Motown with my dad, and kind of that style, like oldies, doo-wop, into like 60s and 70s, kind of like the Vietnam War era, like stop it, what's that sound? Like, that kind of oldies music was my first inspiration. And then when I got to be a rebellious teenager and just like thinking I'm cool as shit, going to listening to heavy rap music and cool reggae and whatnot. So I honestly take, my inspiration from those grounds, but I do also take it from everywhere. I mean, the style that I usually end up going with is like I fall into hip hop a lot. I'm not really sure why. I don't come from hip hop at all. I'm just like a little white girl from the suburbs, really. But something about hip hop is always called to me, and the culture, and everybody's just so like embracing to me in the culture and everything. So I end up vibing with hip hop a whole lot, as well as like hip hop based sounds like neo soul or things like that. But I also do the other end of the spectrum. Like my last name is HICKS, so I've been doing bluegrass, like country jam band shit. So
there you go, a little hick music. CJ Hick with the hick.
Yeah.
Music, huh? That's what's up. So are you from the Kansas City area, or where are you from? Where you are? Okay.
Born and raised.
Awesome. KC Mo, just right down the street. Are you a football fan? Are you excited about
Hell yeah, dude, I'm so excited. Like, what the hell? Oh my god, I could not have been happier. I lost my voice actually at a show on Monday night after the Super Bowl, and I couldn't stop yelling. I was like screaming because I was so excited. And then I just had my voice going the next day. I'm like, sorry guys, I tried. So
That's
excited.
Awesome. Go Chiefs! Hell yeah, Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, you guys are right down the street. We're just in St. Louis, down the
Oh,
proverbial street, I guess. It's a little far. So you said just recently, a few years ago, you decided that was there like a moment in time, or like did something happen in your life, or you just had some sort of epiphany, or you were just like, all right, we're fucking doing it. We're not playing around anymore. Let's get in there. Let's do it. Like, was it the producer you met, or was it something that happened? Like, was there a moment or just a feeling or something that you were just like, all right, we got to do it?
So, yeah, in 2011, like when I first started kind of half-ass seriously, I was 17, and I just got a huge fight with my boyfriend at the time, which, when you're 17, your boyfriend is everything at that time. So I'm like, got in a huge fight with my boyfriend, and I thought my world just shattered. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go sing like I've always wanted to. And that's kind of what I did. I actually ended up messaging Abnorm. I don't know if you guys know who the Abnorm is. He's an absolutely incredible artist from Kansas City. Messaged him and a couple other people and was just kind of like, hey, I would love to just kind of dick around on some songs pretty much. And we ended up doing that, and the rest is kind of history there. And then when my newest time that I started getting serious is when I don't really remember there being a defining moment, but I kind of just woke up and was like, oh shit, like I'm 25 and I haven't been living my dream. So I'm just going to do it. And printed up business cards for myself, kind of like went out to different shows here and there to get my name out there. And I ended up meeting somebody who introduced me to the producer that I met, and he kind of made me, sit down and focus on my craft and made this like really serious for me. So, but I don't really remember there being a defining moment necessarily that made me serious about it.
Just getting older and realizing it's time to
yeah
time to put the pedal to, I understand that. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah, looking in the mirror one day and being like, "Oh shit, I haven't done anything with." Yeah.
So with the previous, when you were working with the previous producer, like, did you release anything? Were you in like a group project, or was it like what was it? Were you doing solo music, or were you just doing like what was it?
So I really just did features before I met this past producer that I'm working on this current project with. I just did features here and there. I didn't have a producer. I didn't, get off my ass and try to find one, really. I was kind of just doing things here and there, or like cover performances. I love to do covers and everything, so just little shit like that. But I didn't necessarily have a producer or one set project that I worked on.
I got you.
But
have you always gone by your name, or was there ever is there like some old stuff people can go find once you get famous that you're gonna be like, you don't want anybody to see you?
No, everything is under my name. I mean, CJ Hicks is my birth name, and I really have wanted to try and find a stage name or something that's different than CJ Hicks. That's my name, but I never had that alter ego feeling, or like that, Beyonce's like, ooh, when Sasha Fierce comes out or something. Like, I don't have that alter ego stage persona. Like, everything is me. Yeah. That, my bad side is me, my good side is me. Unfortunately, every part of me is me. So it makes, just makes sense.
Well, it's a good name. It's a great. You don't need a stage name if you just have a good name.
Well, thank you. My father named me that.
Well, congratulations, sir. You're a good namer. No, it's a good. I mean, yeah, it doesn't. Some people. Not that anyone has a bad name, I guess, but some people it just seems like that doesn't sound like an artist or what. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it sounds weird until they blow up, Like, I'm sure when Modest Mouse was coming up, all their friends were like, really, dude, Modest Mouse? I don't know.
Yeah, what the hell is that? You guys aren't even modest.
Yeah. So it only sounds weird until you make it.
That's awesome. So now you're
quirky.
So you've been in the studio, you're working, you got a project coming, you release what I know, I guess, as your first official single, December 28th, which is Sada Life.
Sada Life, yes.
Sada Life.
It's okay if you don't know how to say it. It's not a word.
I said it right. I did it. I made sure to do it right.
You did. You said it perfectly.
So yeah, Sada Life is now available on streaming platforms, and this, I guess, is essentially like the world's first take on CJ Hicks. Like,
yes.
What was it about that song that you were like, "That's the one. That's what we're doing"?
So that song was co-written by Brandon Black, my producer, and a girl named Cadence, who is an absolute genius. So we all three co-wrote it together. It was more or less about not even really trying to say what it's about because it's about whatever it means to you. It's just like blasting off from the bullshit pretty much. But the thing about that song that made me realize that was just how it made me feel. I mean, I can't describe it any other way. Like when you know it, you know, kind of.
For sure.
And if, I don't know, somebody could show me 100 different beats and there could only be like one that really like sparks me. And I'm like, oh, that's the one. Or it could be 95 of them, and I'm like, oh, those are the ones. But when you know it, you know it, I guess. I can't really describe it any other way than that. And it was a collaborative effort, really, with me, Brandon, and Cadence. So I credit a lot of the work to them, a whole lot of it.
Awesome. So you're preparing to release an EP or a full length? What's on the agenda?
I believe it's I believe it's going to be an EP. It was going to be a full length, but I'm just going to start off with an EP, which is, I guess, the opposite of how you're supposed to do it. But it's just going to be a little EP, and it's called 216, which is my favorite number, and it releases very soon.
It's 216 right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, baby, it's that universe, dude. That universe shit.
That's crazy. I literally just looked at the clock. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn, that's synchronicity as fuck. But that's cool. So it's called 216, and it's my favorite number ever. And it's kind of everything that I had been holding in forever. You know, it's just my little debut project. There's a few little interludes on there of me and my best friend talking, which means everything to me. I love her. Shout out Dejan. But yeah, man, I'm really excited about it. But there's definitely more where that came from. Like it makes me just want to do more and more. I'm like, hey, when can we start on the next album? Like, let's go.
That's awesome. Hell
yeah.
So I guess you don't have do you have a tentative release for that or any plans on?
Yeah, my tentative release is going to be February 16th, obviously, for 216. So I hope that works out, you know what I mean? But with release dates and shit, you never can tell. So it's just a tentative release date right now. But, I mean, always looking up for that.
I'm excited. I'm excited to hear it. I mean, I'm excited to hear what I've already heard so far. I want more people to hear it. Definitely.
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you. I'm doing performances here and there of the project, but those aren't really to be announced right this second. Once I know, then I'll put them up on my social media.
There you go. We'll definitely let people know to come check it out for sure. So how did you, as a young, new, barely getting started musician in Kansas City, how did you end up linking up with Calico and Mr. Jehry Robinson and a lot of guys from you're kind of like almost you're like family with them guys, I guess. I don't know, like how did that relationship start? Like did they just find you singing in a club someday or?
Yeah, so actually I have known Pac and everybody for a while. I didn't know Callie, but I've known Pac and Joey Cool, and all those guys for a few years, just by mutual friends being in the city doing music. I guess you'll meet them if you're around. Sure. But so I've known them for a while, and I, wasn't doing my music seriously, so they didn't really know about it or whatnot. And then I did my show in August, and JL was there. Shout out JL, he's fire. And afterwards, he came up to me and he goes, "Hey, I have a song that I want you to be on. You should come up to Strange tomorrow." And I was like, awesome. Like, how are you going to say no to that? Right. So that's a yes. And we ended up doing that Inner Demons track, which is on his Devil Hates Sunday. And Calico heard that. Like, mind you, I'm a huge Krizz Calico fan. I never met this dude. Like, he's a huge deal to me. Fucking sitting in my car on, rainy nights, just bawling my eyes out to the Go album, helped save my life and shit. So, I woke up to this text, after we did that song with JL, I woke up to a text, It was like, hey, this is Krizz Calico. I want you to do a song. And I was like, what? Like, is this really happening? And so I just like started freaking out. And I was like, I was like, Dad, I can't come to work today. I have to go do this thing. And he was like, damn it. Like, why? And I was like, you'll see once I do it. Like, I promise. And so, yeah, I guess the rest is history after that. But I'm still, like, geeking off that. I'm still, like, fangirling out about him because, I mean, I'm a huge fan of his.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this is all still kind of surreal to me, honestly.
And that was it you did first?
Yeah, we did You First.
Well, yeah, it's an incredible song. If you guys haven't heard it, go check it out. And that was a huge time. I mean, obviously that's huge for any artist, and Calico's an amazing artist. But on top of that, that was a huge moment for him after the whole no deal, sign the contract debacle, and then his first.
Yes, the conspiracy, as I call it.
Yeah, and then his first thing back, and then the first video on top of that, which you're also featured in. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, I know. I feel so honored. I feel absolutely super honored, and I feel like I have just a touch of imposter syndrome or whatever they call it when you, I guess, never feel like you're worthy of the spot that you're at because you know yourself so well, you know.
For sure. You just made it sound so bad. Imposter syndrome. That's terrible.
Well, I don't know. That's what it's called. Yeah, syndrome.
I know what you mean, though. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. This isn't supposed to be happening. Like.
Yeah, because all of your flaws, all of your downfalls, all the shitty things you've ever done, and you're like, why me? Like, I'm just me to me, you know.
That's awesome. Well, clearly your talent proved worthy because it's good. It's great. You're very talented. Obviously, everyone else has seen it as well. Calico saw it. He brought you back again.
I know. Yeah. No, there's definitely validation in that for sure.
And he was like, "This time we're gonna get stupid, CJ."
And we did. We fucked around and got stupid in there.
Hell yeah, that's so dope. I'm
awesome.
pumped. I'm excited for you. Like, we just met, and I'm thrilled for you because that's a huge accomplishment. First of all, for anyone, and you know what I mean. Obviously, your talent proved itself. I mean, you can't.
Thank you.
There's no denying it. So that's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, he called me the other night, and he was like, "So, get ready, because you about to hate me, because this song is not going to be all anybody talks about." And I'm like, okay. He's like, you're going to be real sick of this song real soon.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was like, that's a good thing, bro. I'm ready. Let's go.
And I'm sure you're going to get to be the drunk white girl in the music video since the song is getting so
Oh,
popular.
yeah. Yes. Yes, I'm excited for that.
That's dope, man. I'm excited. It's so cool. That's gonna be fun. The world is gonna get to know you through those few tracks, and then you're gonna drop your, the real you on them, and that's, you know what I mean. I think it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good year for CJ HICKS.
Yeah, it was pretty good timing, honestly.
Yeah, that's perfect. So hopefully we get a debut EP February 16th, possibly, or sometime around there. I'm pumped for it. I'm excited for you.
Thanks. I'm pumped for it too.
Now we can all be friends. So when you're famous, I'm gonna be like, you remember you came on our show? Now you gotta come be our friend again. But no,
I'm trying to blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's dope. But yeah, I'm excited for you. I look forward to hearing it. What you have, just the little clips and stuff that I seen. Like, you got some stuff on your Instagram and stuff of you singing. I definitely can tell you got some soul in there. You said you started in the church, so that's always it always brings out the soul in people. So I'm excited to see what's going on for real. It's exciting.
Thank you. I am too, honestly. Like, I don't know what my future holds either. So. Like, we're on this journey together. Like, let's see where it takes me. Like,
hell yeah. I'm pumped. We're right there with you. I promise you. Replicon Radio, we're going to be there right there with you the whole time.
No, that's so nice. You guys are cool.
For sure. Most of we talk to people, I'll tell you at the end too, but, like, I mean, once you're with us, you're with us. Like, welcome to the Replicon Radio family. Whatever you got going on, we got you. Like, I literally had a couple artists hit us up, just all up in the Replicon DMs, like, hey, I got a single coming out. Can we do something? I'm like, let's do it. Like, whatever you, like, I meant, like, I mean, like, let the people know. Like, that's what we're here for. We want people to discover new music. We want people to know
Yeah.
what's going on, especially when it's dope. You know what I mean? And you're dope, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
I am gonna ask you at least one more question because we asked all of our guests the same thing because we're completely unoriginal. Um, but essentially, if you got three records that either inspired you as a person or as an artist or just touch your soul, or that one that you go to the car when you lose your boyfriend when you're 17 or whatever it is, it makes you cry, makes you happy, whatever it may be, just three records that you could not live without, what would they be?
That's a great question. Damn, three, huh? All right. Well, I would say one of them would definitely be Chris Calico's Go album, and I'm not just gassing. Like, I'm serious about that. This album's been on my wall since it came out. Like, I'm fucking obsessed with it. It's everything. So Chris Calico's Go album.
Hell
yeah. Oh man, this is tough. I would say the Motown Christmas album because and I know, like, I don't listen to Christmas music year-round, but I don't think that I could survive a year of Christmas without listening to that album. It just reminds me of my dad, and it reminds me of my family so much, and I love it. Like, it's fucking everything. You got Stevie Wonder on that album. You got fucking everybody on that album. So that Motown Christmas album's everything. Oh, damn. A third one. Oh, God, I don't even know. I want to say Bright Eyes. I'm wide awake it's morning.
Dope. Hell yeah.
Which is totally, like, off genre and everything, but that album, I think, is Bright Eyes' best album, and the lyrics in that album, like, help kind of mold me into who I am today, even though it's a little emo punk bitch album. I love it.
That's dope. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. I love, you said that. That's off genre, but Motown Christmas is not. Like,
I know.
No, that's awesome. I love to see it. See, I knew you had some soul. Listen to some Bright Eyes. That's dope. Like,
actually, a lot of people don't know who Bright Eyes is whenever I say that.
That's very true. I'm older than you, unfortunately, but Lifted was like one of the greatest things I ever heard when I was growing up, and I love it.
Yes.
If you don't know that one, you should go listen to it.
I already want to change my answer, and I know I'm, like, thinking down the line. No, we'll keep that. 3 albums. That was a tough question.
Yeah.
Great question.
It always changes, but it makes you think But I feel like no matter what, the reason we keep doing it is because I enjoy the answer so much, because I feel like you get people, it makes your brain, like, it pulls up a file that you don't normally pull up. And then I literally just got 3 different sides of you if I didn't know anything about you.
That's true. My file did get pulled up. Like, I went back to my whole ass childhood and shit. I'm like, oh, Motown Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know I hope our listeners get it, because we do it for almost every guest, 99.9% unless I forget. But yeah, it's like, but you literally get a bit of everyone, and I feel like if you throw those bits into a blender, that's what 216 is going to sound a little like. And I haven't heard it yet.
Kinda.
And I hope to God it does, because that would be fantastic.
Yes, it is very hard to pinpoint the genre when people ask me, like, what genre is it. I tend to just say, like, I don't know, kind of neo-soul-ish, which I can get away with saying neo-soul because a lot of people can't pinpoint that exactly, so I think it's like a broad genre of, like, things.
Hell yeah.
So I get away with saying that, but I never really know exactly how to answer that question because, yeah, it is. It's an amalgamation of everything that I've done. I hope amalgamation is a word. Yeah.
It's CJ Hicks. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
CJ Hicks 216.
Yes.
You can even rhyme that shit. Like, that's a rap in itself.
Yeah, and then I figured out that it's Cleveland's area code. So when I go to Cleveland, we about to go off.
You're about to go ham in Cleveland. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna love it.
That's dope. And you're on social media, Instagram, Twitter at CJ Hicks 216. Is that right?
Yes, on my Instagram, CJ Hicks 216. My Snapchat is at not CJ Hicks.
Oh shit.
So.
She's on Snapchat, y'all. You better watch out.
Yeah, that's my funny page where I do my funnies.
Swipe up, not CJ Hicks. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what's up. I definitely looking forward to hearing the music, to hearing the record, and hearing. I'm sure there's some more features popping up because now probably everyone at Strange is like, get her on mine, get her on mine, get her on mine. And then, the people outside of Strange going to be like, get her on mine. So
yes, but I do have two very very good features that you guys are going to love come in the works that are going to drop very soon.
Dope. Hell yeah. So make sure everybody follows along CJ Hicks 216. Go follow her on Spotify. She's got a new single out right now, Satellite, as well as the features on the Calico records and the JL record, and more coming soon. You got any last words, any shout outs, anything you want to say before I let you go?
I want to shout out to my girl Dejan, my girl Nikki Beasley out in Texas, which she showed me Tech Nine when we were like little kids. And just a shout out to my siblings and my family. I love you guys. Drunk White Girls are the best.
Hell yeah. Drunk White. That's dope.
Girls are best.
That's what's up. Well, I'm excited to see where you go from here. And I promise you, this is going to be one of those ones that everybody looks back on like, damn. So, again, welcome to the Replicon Radio family. We got nothing but love. You're always welcome here, whatever you need. You got something going on, we will get the word out. And hopefully we'll talk soon. And I look forward to the album dropping, or the EP.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Much love, and hopefully we'll talk soon.
All right, bye.
Bye. Hell yeah. That's what's up. That was that's a loud noise. That was Miss CJ Hicks. Make sure you guys follow along, hang out, check out all her music. Leave a comment in the comment section if you're on YouTube. Let us know what you think. Go follow her, show her some love. She's dope. You're dope for listening. This is Replicon Radio. RepliconRadio.com. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Replicon_radio. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, because that's probably where you heard this first. And if you are listening on YouTube and you want to hear some of the music, I'm going to play it at the end of this interview over on the Spotify version. So head on over there and peep it out. Peace.